Man, we are back, and it's the build-up. I appreciate you guys for hanging in here with me. Last week we took a quick hiatus because it was the NCAA time. Had to shed a few tears, but what a game. If you guys didn't get an opportunity to see that game last week with Houston and Florida, oh my God, what a game and what a game that was. But this week we are back, and it's time for season 3, episode 305. And this is your guy, the one and only Coach Tony, and this is the Pull Up Podcast Show. And tonight, when I say we're going to ball, we're going to ball. But check it in, it's my girl, Tina Michelle. What's happening? Appreciate you already. What's going on? Thank you for checking in. Dawson, oh man, check it in, back in. I appreciate you pulling back up on me. Tonight, our show is going to be an exclusive. And if you are not sitting down, grab a chair and do one thing, pull up. Make sure you share the show, you like the show, and make sure you do one other thing for me, subscribe. But before we get started and bring our guest out, Val, you know what to do. Drop it.
It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. Val's the voice and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. I said Val's the voice and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. What?
Man, tonight's show is brought to you by the Rise Studio. I'm sitting in the studio. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But this show is hotter than cornbread, sweet cornbread, like back in the day, cornbread. And I'm going to tell you somebody who's cooking cornbread. Y'all not going to believe who making cornbread. Said cornbread is so good, make you jump back, smack your mama. That's got to be some good cornbread. But bringing to the show first tonight is my guy. He's been on the show before, almost a year to the date that we had him. And he's been doing some really major things. He's been a good friend of mine. We've been doing a lot of basketball camps. He runs the Caribbean Leagues. Coach, he's won several titles over. Bring to the show my guy, the one and only Coach Travis McAvey. Welcome to the show, Travis.
Hey, how's everything going, Tony? Good to be back on the show again.
TT. Yes, sir. Mac, what's going on, man? How you doing tonight?
I'm just living my best life here in Dayton, Ohio, but I'm blessed and I'm good. I'm glad to be a part of this show again.
That's good. You know, you never stop. I thought I was one of those people that, never sit down, especially when it comes to basketball side of the house, man. And we've been rolling together about 15 years right now, man, and you still haven't sit down. This is my first year, Trav, taking off the summer from ball, man, just kind of doing some me things and catching up on some camps and stuff, and still will be with you. I love the things that you've done. Last time you was on the show, almost a year ago, you were pulling in my guy, George Stansbury, who went down to the Caribbean. How did that end up turning out? I think you guys went down there and won that all, right?
We did. George was one of my imports that we signed last year for my Manta Rays team in the Caribbean Basketball League. And George was named MVP, and we won the 2024 Caribbean Basketball League Championship in Playa del Carmen last September. So George did great, and I couldn't ask for a better point guard to have.
And you're right now working on beaming up the next round. You're right now getting ready to start doing the camps all over again, start putting things together back for June again, right?
Yeah, everything's in the works right now to start recruiting again, and the next step is having an upcoming summer league, which will start in June, and we'll talk more about that as we get onto the show tonight.
Man, that's great. Well, you have some couple of changes that you've done lately, man. Tell everybody what changes have you made and you kind of added to the portfolio.
Well, recently I just joined Big Baller Brand with LeVar Ball and the crew. I was recently named Grassroots Director for Big Baller Brand, and definitely honored and privileged to work for the company and help them grow, on and off the floor. But that's my new title and making the best of it, Tony.
Man, that's good. Well, we're going to bring out, man, my guy, Tony Cole, who is the brand operations guy, director of the Big Baller Brand. What's going on, T. Cole? How are you doing, man?
What's the word, Tony? How you doing, man? Glad to be
here.
Man,
I'm wonderful, man. I appreciate your time, man. Thank you again this weekend, man, for having my nephew, Javon Curry, went up, had played an opportunity in the East-West All-Star Showcase in Ohio this weekend. Everything was real good, man. So I appreciate you on that, man.
Absolutely. We Travis and I had the opportunity to put together an event this weekend, Big Baller Brand Unsigned Senior Showcase. We had college kids and as well as high school unsigned kids there. It was a good weekend. We had 9 kids that attended out of the 58 that we had on the unsigned side got offers on a Saturday. So it was a good weekend. Travis put together a great all-star game that followed later on in the day. So we had a great weekend for the brand, but more importantly for the kids. So, and that's really what the Triple B movement as far as the basketball stuff, which me and Travis handle, is really all about is one, obviously brand awareness. We want to do that every day, but in that, how can we help these kids, help them put them in a better position to see their dreams come true as well.
Oh yeah, we're going to expand on that. And speaking of expanding on that, he's a social media icon. He put together this Triple B. He's never afraid to say what's on his mind and say what's out his mouth. He is the father of 2 NBA guys who I think going to have a hell of a career. And you see him sporting that Chi-Town Bulls tonight with Zoe coming up, getting ready to kick off tomorrow night. We're going to have to send Pat Riley them back to Miami, obviously, and Mello, baby boy, down in Charlotte, and Jello on the rap side of the house, signing with Def Jam.
The Caribbean.
Yeah. Oh man. See, man, let's bring out the man of the hour, the one and only Coach LeVar Ball. Welcome to the Pull Up Podcast show, baby.
Man, thank you for inviting me, man. I'm loving this. This is going down Triple B style.
Man, Triple B style, man. Hey, as we get started, LeVar, I'm going to have to tell you a story as we get started. So you're going to laugh. You and I had an opportunity to meet a while back. So my guy, Kevin Bellamy, used to be coaching. I won the Nationals in 2011. They had 2 national championships, 05 and 11. So he calls me up. Tony, you and Travis are going to laugh at this one. He calls me up. He said, I'm moving back to Cali. I said, okay. I want to expand the AAU out there. He said, I'm going to get out there and play around, see what's going on. A few months later, he calls me up. He says, man, I'm playing at this high school called Chino Hills, man. This dude that's coaching is crazy. Daddy sit up. There's 3 boys. And if you take a shot and you wasn't supposed to, you getting taken out the game. Only one that shoot the ball is the 3 brothers. Either you better be on the fast break, get a rebound, or get fouled. I'm like, what? Next thing you know, I look up, and here come the Ball brothers. Man, how was that? You wouldn't set the kids down, were you, Coach?
No, hey, let me tell you, when you sub, I'm going to tell y'all something when you sub somebody. When they're not doing the job or they tired. My boys is always doing the job and never tired. So you tell me if you're on the bench, how you going to get in? Now, you can shoot the ball. I don't mind you shooting the ball if you take 1,000 shots a day.
Okay. Y'all hear that, kid?
You're going to shoot 100, 200, you behind. Rebound the ball. You ain't shot enough. So what I'm saying is, if you want to do them shots, you got to be efficient. And the only way you can shoot 1,000 shots is you got to have a shooting machine. And a lot of people ain't got no shooting machine. So guess what? You ain't allowed to shoot on that thing. Pass that ball. We'll shoot it. You just keep running.
Right. You just keep running.
Hey, when you got the best shooters shooting the ball, who put the most time in. So I got 3 people out there that done shot over 3,000 shots for that day, including game day.
Oh, man.
So when you got a shooting machine to shoot 1,000 shots, it's going to take each one of my boys about 20 minutes, maybe.
Oh, man. Yeah. And speaking of that, let's go back and dig into that. You're a South Central Los Angeles guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I feel that. And speaking of that, you and I are 1 year off of each other. My birthday is in July, though. So, we come back from that old school on the south side of Chicago. So, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, wow, you had an opportunity, your background a little bit, you really were doing a lot. Basketball, football, baseball, whatever. How did you end up gravitating pretty much to basketball and football for the most part?
Here's the thing. I play any sport. Football, basketball. I do a little swimming. Greg Louganis. I do everything. Man, I play tennis. I do it all. Skateboard. Back in our day, you was an athlete and you played during the seasons. So whatever season it is, track, triple jump, whatever, shot put, I do it all. So I hate to be good at everything, but I was. I do flip-flops, tumbling, anything. Gymnastics. Ain't never seen nobody like me. So to gravitate towards that, it was basketball was so easy for me. You know, football. I don't love them sports. And that's why my boys had a passion for that earlier. So what I'm saying is that basketball, I was unguardable. Anybody who was strong enough was too slow. Anybody that was quick enough was too weak. So it's easy. I can make my boys killers. See, they light-skinned, but they got growing up in Chino Hills. Just to show you how bad I am. I made 3 monsters in Chino Hills. You can't make no monster in Chino Hills with all that green grass and swimming pool. How you make them want to go? So I gave them, they light-skinned, but I gave them the LA South Central mentality.
Yes.
Never lost. Let's whoop their tail and keep on moving. So my boys are like camouflage.
Yeah, because you was out there with that money where if they didn't play the right kid or do the right thing, because you came through that at that time. You was coming out that cut where, you know, black quarterbacks and black players at that time was. Michael Warren was down there on the beach. You running in Santa Monica playing ball on Long Beach. They, you know, you see it in the park, but they wouldn't allow you to bring that on that team. So to see you have that opportunity with the boys, I was listening to you talk about that in a previous podcast that you had the room set up and you had the boys getting each other jumping out the couch. It was whoever, you know, let's play, let's hoop. Wasn't nothing, no furniture, let's go.
Wasn't no furniture. I don't need no living room and no dining room for people to eat and come stay with me. No. Let the boys run routes at night. You know, they're 2-3 years old. I had them shooting on a little plastic thing, but I had a ball on top of their head. All my boys can shoot. This to show you how bad I am. Hey, all of them can shoot. Not one of them shoot the same way.
Right.
So what I'm saying is perfect your shot. Don't have no picture perfect shot. You can have a picture perfect shot and you ain't making nothing. Who cares about that shot? But your shot could be raggedy as heck, like Jamal Wilkes. I
was just about to say Jamal Silk Wilkes, but the release was good. The release was good.
Hey man, perfect your shot. Your shot is the best shot. So however you shooting that thing, you put it in the hole and you being productive, you good.
And we talked about as the show was coming on, I mentioned about this cornbread you talking about you making, man.
Hey man, hey, before I even got on here, I had 2 extra minutes. I went and pulled that golden cornbread out, boy. It's the best cornbread in the world. Trust me when I tell you. I ain't just selling stuff and doing that, but you cannot stay this big not knowing how to cook. I don't need no woman to starve me talking about I ain't gonna make you no dinner. Well, I don't need you to. I need you to do one thing for me, and once you do it, I'm good. The rest is on me. One thing I can't do, I can't have a baby. So do that, and then whatever you do after that, I'm good.
Coach Travis and Coach T. Cole, how you guys are loving, man, the introduction of finally stepping into the family, man, with the Big Baller brand, man.
Go ahead, T. I'll let you.
So, you know, for me, I'm a very passionate person. So I'm going to tell a quick story while LeVar is here. Initially, to be honest with you, there's so many similarities that y'all might not even know. But if you know, from a coaching standpoint, the way I am and how passionate I am, loud and everything else, you know, sometimes, you know, strong personalities might not mix. You know what I mean? And so LeVar and our situation happened very organically. So for me, man, I was really drawn to him more so like to just who he was as a person. Like I'll say this. People ask me every day, is that dude really like that? Hell yes. Yeah. He wake up like that. I was just up in Chino Hills. I had the pleasure to stay at his house with him. And I can tell you this, you ever watch the ball? You ever watch the television series they had?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I'm laying in the bed, right? And I can hear him calling me like I'm one of the kids because I'm not down there for breakfast. Hey, what you see on camera is what you get off camera. His authenticity is unbelievable. And so for me, it's a magnet. And I like authenticity. I like authentic people. I don't, you know, I'm one of those people, you know, I want you to tell me the truth. As a big guy, Tony, don't be like, hey, T, we're gonna go to lunch, and then you take me to a buffet. You know my big ass ain't got no business at a buffet.
Right.
LeVar,
Hey, you better choose that White Castle.
Hey, LeVar, one of them friends that'll tell you, hey man, your ass don't need no more. You know what I mean? And we all need them people in our life. Now let's look back and reflect. So here's the thing. Everything he said, everything he spoke into existence, what happened? Right. And the things that the one thing that didn't happen or didn't happen the way it should have happened, guess what? God still worked it out and said, boom, let me give you a little something because that boy's special too. Y'all wanted to play. Y'all didn't want to let him get his foot in the door. And so the relationship that we built was, authentic. It wasn't like, hey, LeVar, I need a job. Hey, LeVar, can I do this? It kind of, we kind of grew into that thing, conversations and talking. And the respect is for me is honorable because I'm a father. So I see his there's another side of him that everybody might not get to see. There is a compassionate individual. There's a father, but I don't think that he gets enough credit for being the father that he is. And I don't think he gets enough credit for, if you really think about it, there's a lot of things that we could talk about that he might not speak on. But I'll just throw this a couple things real quick and I'll let Travis go. OTE. It wouldn't be no OTE if it wasn't a JBA. Let's just talk about it. Let the world hear it. There's no OTE today without LeVar Ball doing JBA. He stood out, spent his own money, went all over the place. And guess what? They killed him and criticized him. He took all them arrows for everybody. That's number one. Number two, we wouldn't be talking. Let me tell you why. Anybody know where NIL started at?
Hey, you taking it out of my mouth. I was going to talk about this. I was going to give him credit.
There would be no NIL without LeVar Ball. I don't give a damn what nobody say. It's the facts. NIL started where? In California. LeVar Ball, no NIL. So everybody that's getting NIL checks, your ass need to send him his commission. So NIL is because of LeVar Ball. OTE, I don't care what them folks tell you. They had the nerve to step up and do OTE because he did JBA. He was cutting the checks. He didn't have a television contract. He did that out of his pocket, right? So JBA and NIL, those are just two things, right? That alone that he should be getting a lot more credit for, and people should be having him in that conversation. So I think now what's happening is, in the midst of him having the tragedy that he had, I think people are stopping and being like, oh no, we misread LeVar. We misread that, how ESPN and everybody else tried to kill him and try to put him down and try to say he was this and that. He was loud. He was outrageous. Here's the thing. Tony, you've been doing AAU for years. How many LeVar Balls do you see as parents out there every weekend? They just didn't have their foot in the door to be able to knock the door down. There's a million LeVar Balls out there, right? That's wanting their kids to be successful and be great. Just that simple.
Yep. And I tell you, Travis, before we let you talk to it, it's hot in here like that oven that LeVar cooking that cornbread in. We're going to go pay some bills real quick. We're going to be right back on the other side because Tony just opened up something. I'm going to give LeVar, I'm going to give you when I say kudos, and we're going to kick it from there. We'll be right back. Val's pay some bills. We'll be back with your boy, Coach Tony, and this is the Pull Up Podcast Show.
Are you a small business owner looking to grow? Introducing the KeySpot mobile app. I'm Cynthia McAllister, owner of the IT company Quality SAP. Since 2016, we have been supporting small businesses and help them promote and share their businesses, services, and events across the country. KeySpot is more than just an app. We are a network providing community. KeySpot, connecting communities and supporting small businesses.
All time is looking at LeVar. Why does he keep getting on? Why does he keep getting on? Why does he keep getting on? But you can't take your eyes off of me.
I'm excited for my first game. Expectations are very high. If I play bad, I'm going to be labeled a bust.
When they lose, it's okay. No, it's not. I do not like the coach at Chino Hills. I'm going to pull Melo out and homeschool him. Are you ready for this move, honey? Are you?
He's doing it because he loves you and he loves his family.
Punch. Oh, hell gonna break loose and I don't know what's gonna happen.
Boy, hey, that was my show. We're going to send some shout outs real quick. My boy, Coach Justin Allen, checking in, say, what's up, LeVar? My guy, Jay Smith on there, said, what up, though? It's time for the Triple B. And my guy, Joski, I play a little golf, too. On the weekends, sometimes I have to go out here and play with the homeboys, smacking that little ball around, doing some things. Zakiah Loftman said, oh, yeah, it's on. So, man, we got a lot of people checking in. And Bella, my girl, coming from D.C., LeVar said, what's going on? It's flames up in here. Before I give you this compliment and tell you something, Travis, I definitely want to hear your piggyback on to what Tony was just talking about.
I mean, as Tony went into his spew and speech, I mean, I recently came on board and started working with LeVar and Tony as their grassroots director and kind of helping them also build, international relationships. And I've always had the utmost respect for LeVar, not only as a father, but as a businessman. So when this opportunity came upon me, it was a no-brainer. I just wrapped up my 27th year of coaching this past September in Mexico, and I needed a new challenge. And this has definitely provided one, and I'm just blessed to be a part of what's going on and help them build their grassroots any way I can. Yeah, and I'm going to add, so LeVar, here you kudos, baby. To add on what Tony, because Tony grabbed a little bit of my flames earlier. So Kevin Bellamy, he just told me to tell you what's up. Kevin said that at the time of Chino, you actually had another kid, unfortunately, passed away, but his little brother. You would have had, 5 kids in the NBA off of that team because they were pretty dominant doing some things. And because, as Tony said, you kind of had that mouth of the West. You were saying what other people don't say, they were just scared to kick the door in. So fast forward and look at the NIL process. We know that Ed O'Bannon, we know that he ended up being the one that brought the process in, starting the lawsuit and all that. But with the way that you had at the time, you were talking about what they did. You kind of told the NCAA, listen, what y'all need to do is create a league, pay these boys to play, and then we can figure out whether they want to go to a fictitious or expand the G League or send them overseas. And the NCAA shot your ass down. And then what they do, after you snatch Melo, send him overseas and brought him back to high school, which nobody's seen that before, then all of a sudden the NCAA creates, let's do it instead of the one and done, we'll send him to the G League for $250,000, or they can go overseas. Speak to that and how all that came about. And then here comes the Triple B brand and the origination.
See, people try to say something about the NIL, and they say, well, didn't Charles O'Bannon do the lawsuit and that? Okay, you can do the lawsuit. Don't nobody know who Charles is, so it don't even matter. Reason being, you got to have a platform.
Right.
And the platform, you got to have what make me stronger than all these fathers. What's something they don't have? That none of them got a brand. They just the father. I'm not just the father of LeVar Ball, just the name. It's the Triple Bs. And what the Triple Bs represent, they represent all my boys, of course, but also it's not a brand that came up in let's say office or a room. Nah, this is a family brand. So we bring you to this like family. So we don't do no background check, got dang resumes. No. How did Travis get here? He got an OT code.
Right.
So the relationships, how am I on here? They call me to come on CNN, ESPN. I don't do nothing. I'm on the rise. I don't know what the rise is, but the relationship you got with my guy, T. Cole and Travis, I'm coming to do something for you because they like family. When you go to a family reunion or something, you do that. Now, all these other brands, they ain't no family. When they finish with you, they throw you on out the door. So how's that a family brand? So the Triple B is strong. Strong. We treating everybody like fam around here. That's why my success is going to be in this, on the fact that all the guys that's working for me, we can sit down like family and just talk. Won't nobody trying to jump on top of the other guy. When you in these corporations, this guy want to have an idea to jump on and take this guy's job. So you have all this so-called, it had this animosity, but you also got some trickery because everybody trying to get paid. And each guy trying to scratch and claw and get to the top. But with this brand, why I know it's going to be so successful, is we come together with a solution as a brand, and how everybody going to be fine with this. We don't have to hold our voice for nothing. I don't have to walk around and have Travis saying, yes, LeVar, yeah, we're going to do this. T. Cole saying, yeah, it's good regardless. What I do with these guys, hey, do whatever the heck you do, staying in your lane. How I know more than you in your own lane. And people like to tell you this, oh, LeVar, he disruptive. If that's what you want to call it. If traffic is going this way, I'm damn sure not going to go this way. That's stupid.
Right.
Against the grain. That's what they say, LeVar, we love you going against the grain. I say, no, that's just crazy. That's how you get in the crash. Now, with me, I create my own lane so I can go sideways and I move on over here. Now I can do whatever I want. But if you don't create your own thing, get in there and reform and do what you're supposed to do. It's okay. But don't go crazy. But
Yeah, you know, the crazy part about that, speaking of crazy, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's crazy. It's like this. T. Cole is my guy, but this basketball stuff with the AAU tournaments and all that stuff, he understands that better than me. Travis, he stay in his lane. He understands stuff better than me. I can't be like, well, I'm the boss, Travis. Don't do that. So I let my guys that's working for me, like family, go and just present it to me and tell me why it's good, tell me why it's bad. So I don't be like, no, we're not going to do that. I'm the boss. No, we're not doing that. So it's kind of like having a boss, but you ain't got no boss because you're at the top and do what you do. So you can have your creativity.
I like that.
Yeah, and you're in a corporation, you're at the bottom, you give it to this guy, he's going to take your idea and give it to the next guy. The next guy, then I tell you what, your idea ain't going to never make the top the way you had it the first time. Because it's going to be diluted by everybody else. And then, hey, somebody kicked me back something. I gave you that. Yeah, okay. Now you some different type of stuff.
Right. And sometimes you get no corporation while, you know, CEO don't even know who worked downstairs at the front desk letting people in.
Exactly. See, I understand you, Tony. I'm telling you up on it. Coach Tony.
So, you know, that's how. And speaking of that, Anthony, Ashley said she's checking in tonight. Said, "What's going on?" Miss Cole checking in and said hi. And Jay Smith got a question on tape. He said, "How was it as LeVar and Melo had the appearance on the WWE? Man, how did you get the WWE appearance, man? Because that's a different type of SmackDown."
Yes. Well, you're gonna get in it. Let me tell you about these balls. We entertain. And when they see success, man, guess what? They pulling us all the way to it. When you're an entertainer, that's what they want. That Triple B's was moving. They said, put him on here anyway. So, you know, it's just entertainment at the end of the day. This basketball, entertainment. This stuff what we're doing is entertainment. Like I said, and you know, like that's what people like to say. Oh, he's trying to get all the light from his sons. No, they play basketball. If you're watching basketball, watch them. They're the greatest in the world. If you want some comedy or some crazy shit, keep your eyes on me. And that seems like what you're doing. You should be watching the game.
Right.
Hey, Tony, if I could give a takeaway, I've been doing this a long time. Travis has been around a lot of people. I've been blessed to be around a ton of guys in the business and have great relationships with guys. There's very few guys that can walk into a room anywhere in the world and change the whole damn room.
Right.
And literally, LeVar could come in the room and and change the whole room. It's his energy. But here's the thing. Here's what people say. Well, he tried to take the spotlight from somebody else. You can't. It ain't no try. It's in him, on him, around him. But here's the thing. Every one of his kids, when they walk in the room, had that presence. Over Thanksgiving, we was in Charlotte together, and his son walked in the room and had the dogs, had his hat down and everything. First of all, if you wouldn't have been paying attention, people that had their heads down, look, it's a feeling. You automatically know they're in the room. You know what I mean? That's like almost an ordained thing that they have. And I'm not selling that. So the whole family, whether it was because of the way they were raised or whatever, they have a presence, right? LeVar just happens to have a bigger presence. You know what I mean? Obviously that's where they get it from. He has a bigger presence. So I don't think that's the, you know what I mean? Like it is no overshining anybody. He is really that large of a personality all the time. Like even when he's quiet, it's imposing. Like I've been places with him, and I'm watching people looking, and they're trying to figure out. He's like everybody else. He's over there eating, doing his thing. We've been places and couldn't get out of there because he's greeting and taking pictures and shaking hands with everybody, right? A person who's trying to have that spotlight, they don't need to do that. You know what I mean? You don't need. He spends all that time with people, shakes their hands, takes pictures, engages with them everywhere he goes, right? No matter what. Matter of fact, you could tell there's kids that he'll see or people he'll see that want to take a picture or want to do something. He'll tell them, hey, come on, get a picture. Get it. You know what I mean? Those type of energies, that connection with people, it's authentic. And that's what the brand, even with the brand, it's authentic. Everything that's happening, like he said with Travis and I, he doesn't micromanage me. Matter of fact, he'll tell me all the time, hey, I don't need to hear all that shit. Yeah, I don't need to hear. What was the result? Was it good? Was it bad? Really? So internally, you know what I mean? Like I want him to speak to it, but we got a lot of good stuff going on, man. A lot of good stuff that's about to happen. There's a lot of growth going on as far as what's going on with Triple B in itself. You know what I mean? Like we're not just, I think people sometimes think it's just like he said, it's a family thing. It's not just T-shirts and things, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot going on, and he's got a lot going on. He himself, he don't need nobody else to back him up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Some people need to, if they was in a group, this guy can't sing, this guy do the dance, and this guy, he do it all. So at the end of the day, like, it works for us. It works for
I know, so I saw him hike the ball, snap it to himself, run back, throw it. I saw him run a touchdown and catch it. It wasn't nobody else playing with it. So I get you. We're going to take a quick halftime break because I know how it is. See, LeVar told me, he's playing at D. So me and him, he class 85, I'm class 86. So, I'm about to bring him out by that arc and shoot some jumpers on it. We're going to take a halftime break on the Pull Up Podcast show. We'll be right back on the other side. Val, pay this bill. We'll be right back on the Pull Up Podcast show with Coach Tony.
I've always thought about how my mom has supported me in any creative endeavor. How beautiful was it for your mom to be the superhero in your life and show up in your creative ventures with this book?
People ask her to sign the book more than they ask me to sign the book. Sometimes I step to the side, I take their picture. And, we have to celebrate our mothers. We got to celebrate our beginning. So she comes out with me. Every event, she is there. Even when I tell her she does not need to come, she will show up in the parking lot. And I'm like, oh, okay, you coming? Okay. I'm like, all right.
Right. And she got a bottle of wine in her hand.
What in the world? Why are you giving her alcohol?
No, I'm just saying. She showed up in the parking lot. She got a bottle of wine, nice wine. She's going to set it down. She ready for the show, Val. You know what I'm saying? Because the funny part about it is, CJ, I've actually talked to Val. I'll talk about, writing a book myself called My Man's in Them.
I love it.
And look at Val.
My man's in them.
My man's in them. But you got to read the book. You got to read the book. But it's a play. CJ, I apologize because Val should have dropped some old Dub C so you could have came out crip walking. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not flamed up right now. I got to hold on. Trying to get me shot.
Going back to school tomorrow, like, I saw you, Miss Charles. I saw you.
I mean, I can crip walk, but please, but I'm kind of, I'm authoring right now. You guys are funny.
Man, welcome back to the Pull Up Podcast show. We kick into the third quarter. This is Coach Tony. Got my guy Travis McElveen, T. Cole, and of course LeVar Ball. LeVar, you got to be proud of the boys. I know I pushed my sons to make him get his butt up. Shit, I said, if you want it, you got to get up and do it. I'm not going to do it. You got to show them that you want it. But looking at how you push the boys, like you say, from basketball goal in the court, in the floor, to running routes at 2 and 3 years old. Now, I love with Zoe. He's doing some big things with Buzz Balls. Jello just signed with Def Jam, and then Melo got some things going on with LaFrance gear. and all that. Speak to how you kind of spit that into them and how that Triple B brand, that's what it's all about. And again, that's what these other parents really want from their kid. We already know that, right? We just saw that the other day with the Nico situation at UT, right? Now they want to put him out because he want to ask for $2 million more on top of the 2.5 he get. So speak about that in terms of, you know, how did you come up with the origination of this are the Triple B? I'm gonna name this Big Baller brand, and then where you were trying to take it in the future.
It's pretty organic. First of all, I hate to tell you, but I never push my boys. Push means resistance. That means he's sleeping. I mean, you got to get up, man. Let's go. No, I don't push him. I lead him. That means you can turn off anytime you want. If you think you got a better way and you behind me and I'm leading you, go on that other way and see what happens.
Right.
So for my boys, that's what I tell them. The Triple B's is very easy. I always been big. I always been called the Big Baller. Now, it has a double meaning, which is the first B is a rare one, looks like a 3.
Yeah.
So it stands for Big Baller Brand, but it also stands for the 3 Ball brothers. And each one of the B's represent one of my boys. The first one is Melo. He always different. So it's like, man, he different. That's why it looked like a 3, but it's still a B. The middle one is always a solid color, strong. That's my boy Jello. He hold them two together. Lonzo, like Melo. You don't know what he gonna do with that ball. So that's how you get the Triple B's right there, where it stands for Big Baller. I was gonna call it Big Baller Apparel. And then one of my buddies was like, nah, I got the perfect thing. Who made the sign and everything. Said, man, this is perfect, LeVar, but call it brand. Now you can put that logo on a vacuum. It's not just T-shirts and hoodies. So I'm a man. I got water. I got motorcycle jackets. I got rims, tires, sports apparel. I got all that. I got a book coming out. Getting ready to have some stuff like you, man. I'm thinking about doing a podcast. Since I'm sitting down a lot, so I might as well do something.
Now I'll pull up on you, man. Just let me know. I'm definitely pull up on you.
With that Big Baller brand, I can put that on anything.
I like it. And speaking of that, that's them shoes right there. That a question in the office, and Coach Smith was asking, what made you come up with the concept of a slide in a gym shoe?
Man, because hey, that's what I'm telling you. All these women got these Gucci sandals and all these other high-priced sandals. Now, as men, we need us a good high-priced sandal, but we need something that's durable. So the footbed in my thing, I make the best sandals in the world. But you know what? I made them too good, because all you got to do is buy one pair, and they last forever, damn near. But hey, some of the Big Baller shoes. You get them other slides, and guess what? You throw them across the floor, that's what they do. Slide. Water get up under them. Any of them other ones, no good. Mine, stop, grip, never slip, grip. That's how good mine is. And they don't get worn at the bottom where they lean and look like you bow-legged. You ain't bow-legged. The shoe is leaning because that's how it is. It's a raggedy shoe. Don't hate me because I make the best slide in the world. Then when I charge them $200, they look at me crazy. But they ain't tore up yet. I tell you, I've been around the world. I was hooping in them slides. That show you how good they are. I was down I wasn't in, where the hell was I? Shanghai, outside, and they still couldn't stop me. I said, man, I got no slide. Shoot. But them slides the best in the game, I'll tell you that.
Man, you got Caden Quillen checking in and say, what's up, LeVar?
Tell him I said, what's up? You know, all of them tell him we said, what's going down?
What's going down? You know, you look at Ethan said, man, you know, we sitting up here and trying to figure out everything that's going on, you know, and Travis, you know, now you're about to venture to a whole different situation. You know, you're gonna help LeVar and his guys kind of bring the international game into play right here. How do you see that in comparison, like you said, that 20, 25, 30 years of experience of you going back and forth? And, you know, LeVar definitely wants you, after he answers, speak to about the other markets that you guys are trying to go to internationally as well.
I mean, it's been simple. I mean, you know, I've coached in 8 countries the last 13 years, so I've utilized those resources right away, and we've already started, you know, talks and, you know, potential contracts and relationships with places like Qatar, Belize, Mexico, and Spain already. So I mean, we're already, you know, moving at a fast pace. And you know, I've been knowing Tony for over 20 plus years, and we just have that type of relationship where we work well together and we're honest with each other. And when I put people on the phone with Tony, you know, we're making things happen. We're straight to the point and, you know, cut the bullshit and let's make some things happen. And I know that LeVar has trust in me to make these things happen. And I'm going to do my damnedest to make him happy and make him proud that I'm a part of Triple B and Big Baller Brand.
And LeVar, I'm telling you right now, I just told Joe as he came on a minute ago while he was cooking that nice cornbread, that I'm definitely going to help out on the girls' side of the house because that's the next venture. And I've been with T for a while. But I'm going to do you one better, LeVar, because we're going to talk on another day after this. I'm already a part as a national dealing with the TV. I was talking to Travis not too long ago. I've got a way to help you guys with the Triple B brand to make sure that we can take this product to whether the showcase or to across the country and make sure we can get it on multiple TV, on these new TV apps. So we're going to talk about that. I got a little something for you.
Okay, that sounds good. Like I said, man, as long as we moving and grooving, I'm down with it. Like
I said,
yeah, right here. This is what I like about everybody I'm bringing to the table for the team. These guys don't have to work for me. What I mean by that, they want to work for me. It's a difference. Travis, Cole, a couple of guys that's working for me, they ain't asked me not for one check. And there's some other folks, a lot of folks, oh man, can you give me a salary? Can you give me this? Can you give me that? That's what I love about all these guys. I went to the top and made millions of dollars with some Rudy Poop people around me. Now I got some monsters given a platform that's going to tear this thing up with the experience that they have. All the stuff that T. Cole, you do stuff for different brands, and they give you maybe some hand-me-down stuff. But you got direct affiliation and got me on the hotline to call the owner. You ain't never been on the brand and get the owner.
Yeah.
Travis been doing all the knowledge that he got overseas and stuff. He got a heck of a platform to come over here. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this while I'm even on here. Hey, check me out in 3 to 5 years. I'll be the richest black man in the world. I'm telling y'all that right now. And everybody under me, trust and believe, check their status too. They'll be millionaires. That's how this thing going down.
Hey, Val, you better put that in tagline. He told y'all 3 to 5.
I'm telling
you,
this
told 3 to 5. We go like
guys that surround me now, which I love about them, is they understand the vision. That little upfront money, that little BS money, that's bull. That's bull.
Let me.
It's different with these guys. That's why I know this.
Let me tell you the power. Let me tell you the power of what's across his chest. I've had a deal with Nike. I had a deal with Adidas. Both of those were contingent on where you send your kids to over the years, right? So I'm going to be honest on how that worked out. Didn't go very well. Not that we didn't place kids. It just didn't happen the way that whole thing is supposed to. Now, whatever reason, those deals never got signed to the school that I was at or whatever those situations were, neither here nor there. Years go by, I've been doing this, my own prep school, doing events, doing things independently, right? I get with LeVar. LeVar comes out, does an event with me in Indiana. We do a JUCO Jamboree, right? You can see there was a buzz. But then now it starts circulating. I don't do pictures very often. I don't even do this very often. So a picture got out with me and LeVar sitting in the stands and at the event, right? And then everybody knew he was there. But then all the other coaches that were at the event, oh, that's you and oh man, you working with LeVar, you doing something with LeVar. All of a sudden my phone starts ringing. And it wasn't that I didn't have opportunities always, other things, come do this, come do that. But now brands are calling me. And so they weren't genuine. This was the conversation. Oh man, you and LeVar cool? Here's what they wanted. Hey, T. Cole, come over here. We got a job for you. Now I'm 51 years old. I'm not going to name the company. They wanted me to come be a brand ambassador. What the hell am I? I'm 51 years old. What am I doing, man? But here's what they wanted. They want to interfere with the relationship. Let me go over here and take that money that you want to give me. We'll give you a nice salary. So you're going to hire me for 6-8 months, and then you're going to let me go. All your goal was to try to stop the momentum and stop what we got going on at Triple B and stop what we're trying to do. And so for me, I'll take the trickle effect. I'll take the little here and there because I know the vision is way bigger. And how do I know that? First of all, I've seen what he's spoken to existence. Secondly, if you are a people person and you know people, you know who's bullshitting you and who's not. You know what I mean? And so you know who's just going to tell you what you want to hear. And so I never felt any of that. So for me, it wasn't that I didn't feel like I had a value to say, hey, man, I'm worth this much money. You know what I mean? I told LeVar, I'm going to make you have to pay me. I'm going to make you have to pay me. My value is that. And I firmly believe that. And that's not an arrogance, but I'm going to make you have to pay me. One little picture changed. I end up with 5 job offers. 5. Because of a picture that got circulated out there and everybody started saying, oh, him and LeVar are tight. And so then that let me know. I said, oh, this thing might be moving a little slow, right? As we start to put it together, learn one another, learn where the path that we want to go. But it's got people worried. That let me know Triple B is in great shape. That let me know that people still fear the brand, period. And it was always that way. Let's talk to tell the truth while he's here so he could say it. When he was going on ESPN and he was having that hell of a media run, right? What are the 3 things he always did? He always wore the merchandise. Yep. No matter what platform he went on. He always talked about the brand. And he always promoted the hell out of his children, right? Right? So, but they wanted to make it like he was brash. But we know there's bigger brands who were sponsors and everything else. They couldn't have that. This man on live TV screaming out Triple B, and the next commercial that come on will be a specific tennis shoe brand. You know what I mean? We got to cut to commercial, and you know what I mean. So listen, we got to be honest. The public has to be honest. The media has to come back and be honest. Folks got to tell the truth on really what happened, on really how they really tried to make him out to be a villain, right? And still, here we are standing. How many years later? He's still standing, right? Been through all that he's been through. He's still standing. All the sneak attacks, all the arrows, and he's still standing. And he's still saying what? All these years later, Triple B, Lonzo. He's still praising his kids, right? Ain't nothing changed. You would think.
Coach Tony, hold on a second, Tico. Coach Tony. Hey, man, I got to go check my cornbread. When the next time you got to go pay your bills?
Hey, that was funny because we're about to pay the bill. Because one thing about LeVar, T and Tony and Travis may not know, McFadden and Whitehead ain't no stopping us now, baby. We're going to take it back old school. Go check that cornbread. We're going to take this last bill of the day. We'll be right back to the 4th quarter of the Pull Up Podcast show. Bow, pay the last bill of the night. We'll be right back.
Tony, what would you like to ask Terrence?
Listening to that trailer, man, it was so cool. When you got a chance to get involved, what were your past experiences?
I haven't necessarily done narration and voiceover, but I am a songwriter and performer. Of course, I've done that for a while. And with this project, one, I'm not seasoned enough to know what high 8 tapes are. So I'm just pulling off my experiences with elder people in my life and their stories and try to connect that bridge. So I just tried to do that the best that I could. And I'm happy with how it came about. I'm excited for people to start seeing it and seeing how over these many years it's come full circle, as John said.
Terrence hits on a great point. The spirit of the film is based on the spirit of the music and the times of the 90s. That was important that came across because that was a different frequency of music, back then. Well, it was an exciting, challenging time where you felt the birth of a new musical movement was happening.
Ultimately, we actually shot in 13 different locations and had a cast of over 60 people. And then we had this tape this project that was still in search of an ending. And for 30 years, I've lied and carried this on my resume as a film that I completed, but nobody ever asked me for it. But I'm just grateful for the fact that, yeah. I'm grateful for the fact that Wendell found these and just wrote such a brilliant narration that really pulled everything together and brought it to some peace after all these years of this unfinished project.
And welcome back.
On Jello situation. They said it's going to be 2 months.
2 months. How long does it take to tell somebody if they're going to play or not?
If you could have one wish for your birthday, what would that be?
To play basketball again.
LeVar Ball has just pulled his son LiAngelo from UCLA.
It's going down.
Big bag, real big bag. Why you mad with your itty bitty bag? Man, getting money like my dad. 100 million on the line, that's a fact.
Man, the big bag. You know, speaking of that, LeVar, you know, make sure you give me the link so I can have Val put it in the tagline for those that want to go out and shop the brand, buy some things for some of those that don't know how to get in touch or look up the brand. Well, what website or where could they go to find it?
Shoot, I don't know. Y'all find it. That's how you do it. Ask T. Cole. T. Cole will tell you all the information how to go.
T. Cole, you got to give it to me, baby. We can put this in this tagline, man. I mean, we just go. I know they go to Big Baller Brand.
That's it. It's no. Be very careful. It's www.bigballerbrandinc.com.
Oh, so y'all got it. Val put that out there. www.bigballerbrandinc. And you know the funny part about it is, LeVar, you've seen in the last 24 months, really, all these old school brands, Reebok, who else came back? New Balance came back. I was ready to see Pony make a return in the market, tell the truth. But what's going to separate Big Baller over the next 3 to 5 years, as you say, when you take that echelon to the top of the empire? What's going to crush those other competitions out there?
What's going to crush that competition is our quality. All that stuff is old stuff. When I tell them I make the best basketball shoe ever, folks,
and it's made in America.
It's kind of hard to say that, but I got the newest technology. I got the right folks behind me now that's been in the shoe game for 40 years. And all they do is sit behind. I got a lab called the HPL. So they lab test all our shoes. It stands for Human Propulsion Lab.
Okay.
They got us back now. So they show why this shoe turn, why this shoe jump, why this shoe. But I'm going to tell y'all something, give you a little inside scoop. Don't think I'm going to stop making shoes for my boys. And I'm going to make the best one. But I got something coming out that's one of the coldest in the game. Now, when you want to make a car fast, what do? You fix the suspension. Right. Every shoe with the air, with the bounce, with the boost, they talk about jumping, how high you can jump. Nobody ever made a shoe how I'm going to make this one. And I'll give you a little insight on it. I ain't going to tell you nothing right now because they might go out and try it. But
yeah, they may go out and try it. I can't wait for the sport.
It will be the best shoe ever made for basketball.
Ooh. I like that already. I can't wait to have some of that swag on, man. Especially I'm down in Nashville, LeVar, by the way. I don't know if T. Cole and Travis told you. This the new big city now, man, Nashville. So I'll support it around the city big time, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you with that. Yes, indeed.
Hey, Tony,
I got a pair coming to you.
Tony, let me say something real quick about the shoe, man. Because this is, you know what my role is? My role is to stop the bullshit that go around and the bad shit that go around and the stuff that gets said that don't nobody else want to say, right? A lot of people won't step up and say it. So let me do this. There was a story that came out, right? Let's talk about it. Since he talked about the shoe, let's bring it up real quick, right? With the Lonzo thing. ESPN came back out with a story, you know.
Yeah.
So here's what I'll say to that. And I want you to check the facts. And let's have this discussion real quick. LeVar probably don't want to have this discussion. I might get in trouble for this. Let me ask you a question. I want you to think about the 5 injuries that you could think of from major stars in the NBA or anywhere, right? Did anybody ever question what the hell shoe they was wearing when they got injured? Right? Okay. So I want you to go back and I want you to look the first time ever that you ever heard of the NBA making somebody cover up a logo. Right? Who did they do that to?
The only person they made cover up a logo was Jordan.
No.
You talking about on the shoe?
LeVar? What happened?
Yeah, no one knows.
On your body.
Oh, no, body. Yeah, he covered up on his body only because of the Olympics, but not the shoe. Right.
I'm talking about these tattoos on these people's bodies.
They made him cover up the logo, right? That's number one. Why? But let's go back there. So we talking about shoes. So he wore a prototype of a shoe, right? He wore the shoe 2 times. That's a public record, but they want to run with a narrative that's not true. So here's what I tell people all the time. You don't know unless you know. Like we going off of, again, why are we out here trying to destroy something? You don't see that happening with everybody else. They don't do that, right? So I tell everybody this, man, get your foot in the shoe, get you a pair, find us, pop up shop, whatever it is. You know what I mean? But it is, I promise you, and I'm a big boy. We got some running shoes out right now. I promise you. Travis just had a pair on the other day too. We got the triggers out, right? I promise you the most comfortable shoe you find. I can probably tap you in with 20 people right now. I got referees that are wearing that shoe, Tony, that running shoe.
That's nice.
The new setup and how he has that propulsion and everything else, I promise you, it's nothing on the market out there like it. And they specifically spend a lot of time and doing it. That's why there hasn't been a mass load of releases or anything else. So I want to tell people, stop believing what these folks are telling you. Stop believing the BS. Stop believing all this other stuff. You know what I mean? There is nothing that is in our SKU line of merchandise that's just a quick hit. If you got anything from Triple B, I don't care, from a T-shirt to whatever, the quality of the merchandise that you get is quality stuff, period. We're not giving you stuff that's just out of the wholesale rack. I promise you that. And if you get a pair of shoes.
Yo, hold on one second, man. I got some news, some breaking news that I'm about to put on your show.
Put it on.
Coach Tony. Breaking news. You're going to be the first one to hear it, and you'll hear more later.
Hold on, Slim. Let me set up. Hey, we got some breaking news right here on the Pull Up Podcast show with Coach Tony. LeVar, take it away. Give us that shit.
Triple B's retail store coming soon.
Y'all heard it right here. First on the Pull Up Podcast show. Triple B retail store coming right here. And you know, LeVar, I'm gonna look cold as hell on some of them slides. Cause I like, if I'm hooping, hey, I'm on that golf course. I may wear them. I may get somebody to take me a picture of me wearing them Triple B's on the golf course, man. That's the new lane for you.
Come on.
Hey, look at Travis. He already in the golf outfit, right?
Like he just came
Hey,
LeVar already got it. You ain't see him on the website. We got the polos. We got it, baby.
Oh man, yeah, I got it.
Nico, do me a favor. Get his sizes in his shoes and his shirt, and take care of him for me.
That means, hey, Coach, we gonna get you a care package. That's what we gonna get you.
And LeVar, I'm about to become part of the family anyway. I'm already in the family. Hey, LeVar, y'all done jumped me in already. So I'm in there.
You got to wear it on the air, and then eventually we got to work on that back signage, LeVar. We got to work on that.
I told you. Hey, LeVar, that's what I was saying. If I'd have had this, I'd have been up there with my Triple B's and all that. I'm telling you, hey, don't even worry about it. It's called, LeVar just told everybody, it's called upgrading. We're going to upgrade, baby. We're going to do it.
There we go.
Oh, there's a fake. Hey, listen, he ain't told you that. He told you about the retail. There's a full facelift coming. There's a full face 2025 gonna be a hell of the rest of this year. I promise you. It's Tony, it's gonna be big for the brand, and I'm talking about there's more lanes than y'all really know. We got the basketball stuff coming. There's a website that's dropping for that right now. There'll be a facelift on our current website. There's new product line in the works right now. There's actually merch. LeVar has a special. I'm not gonna drop that part.
No, you can say that, man, because that guy told me don't say nothing. So I ain't. So I'm gonna let you tell him. Tell him that new designer that we got.
Hey, so we got one of the coldest guys in the game, man. been doing this for so many years, Steve Wills.
He told me don't say nothing. I ain't said nothing either. So it's good.
That dude said, well, hey, you ain't heard from me.
He ain't tell me, but Steve Wills, you could check that brother out. He did the Ice Cube stuff straight out. He did all that stuff, man. He's with the t-shirts. He's done worked with Snoop, Michael Jackson. He did the original art piece for the concept Man in the Mirror. I'm gonna give him his props, man. And really a legend in that game. And so he's got some designs coming, some special pieces coming that we're gonna drop here soon. And I'm telling everybody to check that merch out, get ready to look. It's gonna drop a whole new line of stuff coming. So we're gonna get everybody right for the summer. All they gotta do is
I like
check us
that.
out.
I like that. T-Mac, what was you about to say?
I was asking Tony real quick, him and LeVar, are we allowed to announce our grassroots basketball site, or is that still on the hush?
No, you absolutely go right ahead, man. It should be dropping.
What you mean? Are you allowed?
Talk about that.
Guess I plug for what you're doing. Let's get it in there like swimwear.
He just told you he ain't micromanaging, man. Spit it out.
So basically, to my knowledge, everybody, our grassroots basketball site will be triplebexperience.com. Is that right, Mr. Cole?
Absolutely.
Okay. And you can tell the audience what they can do with that site as far as, having us come out and do basketball clinics, all-star games, the whole 9 yards. Go ahead and add that piece, T.
I don't care.
T, I want you to add that piece in too. And LeVar, I'm going to give you one as well. I don't know if T. Cole and Travis told you, I came out of the college side household. Now I'm back at the high school, all girls. I'm going to make sure that my girls be the first girl in the country to rep the Triple B. I'm going to make sure we get the team over to you so they can come out flossed out. Boom.
I might swerve in that corner. Whoa.
Hey, speaking on the Triple B experience, here's what I can tell you. I don't care what corner of the world you're in. If you got an opportunity for us to come and we can make it happen. Now listen, I'm gonna say this: don't call us and think it's free. Okay? Hey, it ain't free. And don't tell me, hey, bring LeVar. Listen, we not putting LeVar on the plane and bringing him to the site if it ain't worth it. So if you coming with something, you got to come with something that makes sense. And listen. We want to help and do business with everybody, but this is not a charity. We are not a charity, and guess why we're not a charity? Number one, I promise you, we the best of what we do. Period. We're gonna put on the best events. We're gonna come up and we're gonna take care of the people the best way. We're gonna put it on. Our basketball guys that we bring to the table ain't second to none. I don't care. Don't let nobody fool you by all the other hype. We come with the best product, the best event. So if you want to do a grassroots event, you want to do a college event, you want to put on a tournament, you get a hold of us, you can check us there. Now, on that Triple B experience, when it drops, there's going to be several cities on there you're going to be able to find training in. Travis will have that Ohio area locked down. You want to get some training, you want to get some, you got people in Indianapolis, we got something there. You got California, we're going to have something there. It's on there. But then here's what I'm going to tell you. I probably shouldn't give you this one, but I'm going to leave this one since LeVar dropped the retail one on you. I'm going to tell you this. I held off on y'all, and I'm going to say it with a whole bunch of bass in my voice. I held off on y'all. It was coming. We had the venues going. We had everything ready to drop. I promise you, 2026, we coming knocking at your door with that circuit. We're coming, and we coming with it. And listen, and I'm not coming whispering. Listen, I'm gonna be loud about it. We're not coming. And we held it back for one reason only. All right. So it was coming this summer. It was on the way, but we stepped back so to make sure that everything.
We had to step back. Why? Everybody knows.
So listen, we took a step back, and guess what? Let me tell you how God works. We didn't really take a step back because out of the shadows, Jello came and burned down the whole damn thing, didn't he?
Hey.
Shit. So guess what?
He shit on him, man.
Burned it down. So guess what? The whole time, hey, if one win, we all win. That's how I'm looking at it. So listen.
Hey, that's how they do in the hood anyway in LeVar. You make it out of the hood, we all make it.
One win, we all win.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So he was getting his thing on. He's still gonna do his thing, but we're coming. It's coming. It's coming together, and there's no rush for us because when we do it, we're gonna do it right, so it don't have to be no reboot.
I love that, man. I love that, and I'm just amazed with it. And the crazy part about it is that, you haven't not stopped talking about what you're going to do. I think you put it right a while ago, LeVar, when you said some people talk about it and can't be about it because they don't have a platform. You've been talking about it, I remember when you went on ESPN, an old girl tried, I can't think of her name, Laura something, she tried to knock you down and you had to kind of check her for a minute and put her back in a place before you had to get at Stephen A. Smith. Whole nother ball game, right? So I'm just glad to see what the brand is doing now, man, on another level. If you had to give a parent advice with 3 young kids or 2 young kids coming up right now in this new NIL world, because we know it's about to play differently over the next 10, 20 years or whatever, what advice would you leave these parents with today who's dealing with this new wave of how to, being recruited and everything else?
The advice I can give them is 2 things, and they're going to be successful whatever they do. One is you get behind them and have a passion to lead them in the direction to do something that they want to do. And the second thing is you got to believe in it. So when you believe in them, and consistency, those are the 2 things. Believe in them, believe what you tell them. You believe that what you tell them is going to make them successful. And they got to believe in you that if you tell them something to do, it's just like me. People, I keep it very simple. They say, man, why are your boys so successful? Why are you like that? I say, I believed in them and they believed in me. They said, well, Pops, if you tell us to run hills and shoot jump shots and lift these weights, we're going to be successful. And I got to believe that I can tell them all the stuff to do and they're going to do it without crying about it. So we believe in each other in order for us to be how we are. So it's very consistent. You have to be consistent. You can't do it one week and the next time you're tired from working and you say, we can't do it this week. Right. And you can't say, you know what, you got to run these 4 hills. And they tell me, I'm tired, I'm sick, I don't want to do it today. But you got to believe, say, if I tell you to do it again, you don't have no complaint about it.
Oh, man, I love that. We're going to
my boys believed in me, I believed in them, and guess what? We're in a good spot.
Oh, yeah, and going to be in a good spot. And like you said, what's the old rap song? Boom, guess who stepped in the room, right? That's what they're going to say when they look up. Yeah. We're going to go around this rim real quick. We're going to take it from Travis up to T-Cole, back to LeVar. Give us some closing messages tonight. Travis, what you got for the folks?
No, I'm just glad we all were able to collaborate tonight and, give the people out there in the audience, some great feedback on what we're doing with Big Baller Brand, not only here in the States, but also internationally. And we're not going nowhere. We're coming. So we're here to work and produce results at the end of the day. Go ahead, T-Cole.
Like that, T-Cole, what you got for him?
Hey, I'll piggyback off that. I want to give. There's a lot of people that you didn't see. My guy that hopped on here. There's other people in the background that do a lot for what goes on day to day with the Triple B stuff. So I want to say there's a big growth that's about to happen. He just told you about the retail and everything else, right? I think I want people to stop and I want them to really look right at the brand. And I really want them to revisit a lot of the conversations and the interviews and the things that have happened, right? So as this next step, LeVar said he might not do a podcast. It's something he's thinking about doing, right? But as he goes around and like you said, I think there's a hot media tour about to happen. I want people just to stop and really reflect on the last 7-10 years, right? What's happened with Triple B and how this has all happened. Something that he said, there's other dads that got a couple guys in the NBA. Nobody with that stands out like him, right? I really want us to really normalize outside of the brand, outside of everything else. I really want us, especially, I want us to normalize allowing fathers to be fathers. And I think that that's really what it comes down to. I think that a lot of times, he's overbearing and he's this. That's the biggest thing that bothers me is, man, this dude could talk about his children forever. we have so many dads, and I hate to say this, well, we don't have, growing up in the hood, we call them OGs. We don't have that no more. Right. A lot of guys don't want to be bothered. They don't. And I would tell guys, information costs, really. LeVar, we talk about the basketball side of it, what he just said. I think we need to talk about the father side of it more too. We see the success. We talk about him living in a big house or the kids doing well for themselves. But let's talk about the foundation of being a present, active father who believed and spoken into existence and told the world over and over again. That shouldn't be something to attack. We should normalize that. You know, with all the bravado and everything else, I don't care what it is. That's something that we should be normalizing. And that's something that I think that everybody should stop and pause and think about. I don't care about all the other crazy stuff you might have said. I don't care nothing about him beating Michael Jordan, nothing. I want to talk about, you tell me who was more for their children and spoken into existence. I want us to normalize this fight and be okay with us speaking things, life into our kids. And even if we speak it out loud, it should be okay. That's my whole take, man. All the other stuff, I know it's going to be good. We're going to work it. I know the brand's going to be great. You know what I mean? Because I know he's not going to let it go anywhere but great. So I want to say that as we get ready to take this next step and people start to speak to him and start the interview, I want them to really look at him as a father. You know what I mean? Not just this guy who got lucky, because it wasn't luck. Please, I want the world to hear this. Right. It wasn't luck. This wasn't happenstance. If he had won, if Lonzo would have made it, then damn, you made it. You was a lucky dude, right? But here came, if it was, but no, you don't get in that position. It was really 3 for 3. That means you had to be a present father. You had to be an involved father. You had to be a disciplined father. You had to all these things that happen, right? Take away from that. From all the success, I would love for people to see him as a father.
Yep. Yeah, I got people I know and shit. I'm sure you do the same thing, LeVar. There's people that call themselves a father, but actually they dads. They not even there. Don't even try to be. So I appreciate that. And T, you just said something on the grind. You know, I was listening to an old interview of yours, and LeVar, you was like, you know, you ain't respected Barkley till you start talking trash. Those guys that tell you one thing, and then they come in and they change their mind and say something else and try to throw you under the bus. No different they try to throw the thing about little Bronny. Because I'm like, if shit, if that's my son, hell yeah, I'm like, LeBron, I'm trying to get my son as high as I can go. I don't care if you don't get your son, but you do what you do, you know, and I'm going to do what I do. So I respected that when you said that, because you can't say one thing one moment and turn around when you see me, you want to make it out to look totally different. That ain't how it is. And I think that's why a lot of guys like that get themselves in trouble back and forth, you know. So leaving this Pull Up Podcast show, fans, because everyone's out here talking. By the way, Zachariah Loftman said, bring the Big Baller brand to Canada, baby. We need it up in Canada.
That's one of my players.
Okay, that's one of your players. He said, bring it up into Canada. We coming to Canada. So what you gonna leave him with, LeVar? Tell him, hit him upside the head with something.
I'm gonna leave him with something simple and plain. All the, you know, Tico, he long-winded and all. He loved to talk and explain stuff. Hey, thank you for having the platform for us. It's more than enough. And I ain't got to leave them with nothing. They know what it is. I love your style and the fact that you got your own thing like this, which allows us to come on this platform and you know, give some people some insight on what's going on with us. I love it, man. Like I said, it's one of the best interviews when you can just talk and ain't nobody got no hidden agenda.
Right. You know, LeVar, I'm going to tell you something that you're going to laugh about, man. When I put this together, what you just said has happened. Everyone kept telling me, you know, some of my boys, man, oh, you full of this, you full of that, man, that ain't going to work. Man, you don't want to do no podcast. I remember talking to Travis early on, and he says, like, hey, T, if that's what you want to do, man, do it. I never worried about the numbers at all, LeVar. I don't care if I got 2 or 20 or 200. And then all of a sudden, it snapped. It started getting bigger. It started getting better. And when I first put it together, you know what I told LeVar? I really wanted to go do a show and really find the grassroots guys. I want to find, because I knew I was in that lane for 23 years, right? And these are the kids that you guys talk about 3, 4, 5, 10 years down the road. Shit, I want to talk to them when, like you said, you told somebody before. Don't try to come and tell me about Melo and Jello and Zoe if you ain't gonna be no mentor to them at 5, 6, 7 years old. Don't try to come to mentor them at 20, 22. You know, so I want to have that platform there, man. So I appreciate you, Tico, Travis. Thank you for plugging all this. And like I told you, man, I ain't even telling you. I want to be in the family. I'm up in the family. I'm there. So you got me. I'm rolling with y'all, man. I appreciate it.
All love, man. Thank you, T.
Hey, most definitely, don't you guys go nowhere. We're going to be on the backstage as we close out here. We talked about this, the Rise NIL. This is my stuff. This is Coach Tony. Pulled this together with www.therisenil.com sports marketing, where we work with a lot of brands and athletes, teaching them how to make sure that you get paid for your likeness and help the brand get what they want at the same time. Also, on Tuesday nights, if those of you are interested in coming back, we have another show. And guys, I got one with Val the Voice, and she wrote a book called How a DJ Saved Her Life, how she was in a dark space at one particular time in her life, but being a DJ saved her life, and now she wrote a book about it. There's a QR code. Make sure you get it. And tomorrow, as we come in on Interludes Talk on Tuesday, we're going to talk about some entertainment and music side of the house and interview a couple of movies. We've been talking about G20. So if you haven't seen that movie, check it out. And next week and a couple of weeks before, as we get back to the Pull Up Podcast show, we're going to make sure we get them triple B's on my wall. And we're going to keep pushing this website out. But y'all know my words. Everybody put them deuces up. Peace.
It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast.